Hey everybody. This is going to be different from normal confessionals, obviously. I just typed them out, but I used to do this sometimes back in season 5. And really, since I've kind of dropped orgs as a whole for the most part, I haven't really done video confessionals all that much. Like, maybe from time to time, but I wanted to give it another shot for basically going silent for 2 episodes in my confessional, even though, trust me, I've been trying to do a lot in the game. So basically, let's just start at the merge, because really, I made it to merge great. I wasn't too enthusiastic at the start because, well, we kept dealing losses, and like I said, I will not like anyone who even attempts to throw a challenge in the pre-merge phase, because that's genuinely shitty. And I have voiced that opinion many times to the people on the other tribe, because I'm not afraid to say it. But going on to actual merge, well, I got second at the first comp, so that means something. It means I can come up with strategies that most people won't. Brit is smart enough to do it as well, so good game to Brit. I kind of choked on the Lou question, but that was just unfortunate. That really is what cost me, because I spent so much time on it. But it gets to the vote. So, the first thing I do, because I thought I was working with Kimmy. And Kimmy, great person, but the more I'm talking to Kimmy, the more I'm realizing, I'll get into it later, but I was like, hey, if people are so, fed up with Gary 2.0, I'm fine voting out a Gary 2.0. So we both tossed out a name. I said Lou, which is our tribe, essentially, if we were going by tribe lines. I was like, yeah, I'll vote Lou out. And then Kimmy said Lime, because there was an altercation between them. I'm sure you've seen it in their confessionals, how Lime basically threatened Kimmy based on what they refused to go with. And now, all of a sudden, whatever happened on their tribe, Kimmy's in charge. And apparently Grayson, Grayson and Dalton and Nolan all wanted to turn on them. And apparently the plan was to split on me and Lime, with me being the majority. Now, I do have an idol. I've only told one other person up to that point, and that was Sachi. I also ended up telling Kimmy about the idol, because I thought I could trust Kimmy at that point. So it goes an hour or two, and ends up, I have to talk to Kimmy, because apparently they're saying me as a majority to flush my idol suddenly, and Lime with the minority, which obviously I'm not cool with. I don't want to use my idol this early, especially given the result. So we talk, and Kimmy cannot say a single thing to my face straight. I asked Kimmy all this information, if it was true or not. She was either denying it or changing the subject. I'm not that stupid, so I'm not sure what to do with Kimmy at this point. Then I promised, hey Kimmy, we'll talk at the end of Tribal when we know what we're doing. And she just ghosts me. So I thought I was fucked at that point. Turns out it switched to Grayson on their side. I'm happy with that. Obviously, I didn't like Grayson too much. But I'm being labeled as a leaker. And now both sides had basically tried to ice me out. Kimmy's side was basically not telling me anything and wanted to vote me off originally until I brought it back to them. And Grayson, quote unquote, with that whole group, they didn't even tell me they switched the vote to Maxwell. So let's get to after, because now Grayson's gone. And I'm actually mad, because I'm happy they wasted both their idols basically on the first merge vote, and now both idols are gone for good. But now I have to deal with this mess of being called a leaker, and there's only really one person I can trust, which is Sachi. Everyone else is like trying to make it up to me. Is like, oh, I'm sorry. I, quite frankly, am pissed because they all left me out. Kimmy wasn't able to answer me. Now she's trying to feign like, oh, everyone's leaving me on the outs. I just know that's not true. And right now, my game revolves with trying to just expose Kimmy, like, for everything they're trying to lie to me about, and I just need to ask more questions, and their answers get more convoluted, and I can't get any sort of names from anyone. So, it's about 4 minutes till the votes lock here. It's 6:20, technically 7:20 for Eastern people. But I have just been pushing all day. I was like, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to vote Lou. I'm sure you guys have said, I'm not sure if I've said, I probably said it, but I've not sent Lou a single message to this entire game, and Lou has not done the same for me. So it's clear we're not going to work together. I could care less about Lou. I have zero remorse for voting Lou out, especially because they're just so out of the loop and so, like, not here in the game. I want everyone to be able to play without them. If that means being the one to throw out the name again, fine by me. I don't care. Get Lou out of here. So that was that for me. That's essentially what I've done today. I've been the one saying, hey, let's just vote for Lou. I've been telling people that. Nothing else has been said up until this point. Granted, it's 5 minutes before tribal. No one else has said a name. The rest of these people are playing like cowards because they just do not want to say a name. Grayson was a vocal person, but now that he's gone, that leaves one less person for that. So it leaves either a few ways for me to go here. I have to either step up my game even more, which I don't want to do because I'm already saying names and being a prominent figure. I've got too much heat on me right now. B, I can either slide back and chill, but that doesn't really do anything to build my resume, or play the game that I wish to play. Or 3, I just kind of have to, man, I don't know what 3 is, but I'm trying to work with people who seem just like they don't want to trust me, even though I've given them everything I can to trust them. Like, for example, Kimmy's group, she's like, oh, I'm so tired of this your side, my side thing. That's the game right now. You're the one who chose that game, and that's what literally everyone is saying. Maxwell, I haven't talked about Maxwell, but he's a great guy. As much as I hate his guts on the way he talks and just says things in chat, he's good. He's fun to DM with. I don't mind our banter. So hopefully Tribal's about to come up. Let's hope Lou goes home here, and really we can start working our way back from that. Okay, it'll be final 11, or no, not 11. I don't want to count at this point. I think final 11, but I want to get to single digits first, and then it's about beating my placement. Then we get to finale. I'm working on surviving here, and I need to keep my threat management low right now in order to not seem like someone who's really gunning or game botting. I have a lot of people I talk to, like not BG, why was I saying BG? I have Lime I talk to, even though I don't trust too much. I have Sachi, who was the only one who clued me in on the Maxwell vote. I have SS, who's promising to make it up. I have Maxwell, who I think we're in the same boat right now. I technically talk to Kimmy a lot, even though they're trying to make it a game where they don't want to give me anything, even though, like, I'm helping them out. So I don't know why I keep going for that. It's like Stockholm syndrome or something. And then there's Britt. I love Britt, but she's also the same, where it feels like she doesn't actually have my best interest at heart. So, that's what it is right now. That's the state of the game for me. I have a lot of these connections, but none of them want to work together, and I don't have that solid group right now, which I need to find. So that's where I'm leaving it off at. Next step is get a group going where I can, like, a few people I know I can trust, and that way I'll be much safer and I'll feel safer. Okay, well, that's literally about it. So Bye.